Hey everyone, I wanted to talk real quickly about my face protection when I'm playing Airsoft, going to milsim, and it is this little guy right here. And what this is this is a mesh mask, obviously common in Airsoft, but I have cut it down to a very specific size where it fits on my face and pretty much protects my nose and my teeth from getting shot. Now, obviously, this leaves my cheek exposed, but the reason I did this is because if you have a mesh mask on, a full metal one, or like the one Tigris where it's just the metal and it's got cloth on the sides, when you run an M4 or an AR-15 type rifle, the your cheek weld is messed up by this thing because your cheek can't compress onto the stock, so it sets off of it and you have problems with reaching your sights. So I made this, which ends about the edge of my mouth, and I can actually, if you may can tell, you see that little indentation right here in front of my thumb. That is a BB that has indented this metal. I was wearing this, and that's about where my canine tooth is, right on the edge of my mouth, and it hit there, and that was in CQB. So that may have chipped a tooth. I don't know, but it would have certainly hurt. So this is pretty much just to protect my teeth and my nose. If I get shot in the cheek, deal with it, right? But at least I'm not going to chip a tooth, right? Because this is not worth. Airsoft is not worth chipping a tooth over. So anyway, I wanted to kind of show you. So obviously I had to cut the top a little bit, and I had to cut the sides, and I had to cut the bottom up. So I'll put it on and show you how it looks now. So you may have been wondering, how am I going to attach that mesh mask to my face without any straps coming off of it? Well, this is my trick. I wear a balaclava. This is a full head balaclava in multicam, of course. And what this does is it just slips down under here. So obviously the balaclava would normally be on here, and you just pull it out, slip that down in there, and that balaclava helps keep the mesh mask on there. But if you see, the mesh mask goes about right here. Now it does come under the chin a little bit. Now you're going to have to cut this. For me, I don't have a problem with my bump helmet because I have the kind that strap under the chin. It's not the kind that strap on the chin, because if you have the kind that strap on the chin, it's going to be a little, you can kind of tell, it's going to be a little different for you. You're going to have to cut this up more. But I get all of this frontal protected, and then when I've mounted the gun, my cheek is smushed in there. I get a good cheek weld, and of course the cheek is pretty much protected because I have the rifle there, and then I have the goggles that come down, pretty low onto the face. And I tried my best to cut the mesh mask around the goggles to where they'd sit very good. But all you need to do this is you need a pair of 10 snips that you can get for like $10 at like a Home Depot or something, and you just cut it, fit it, cut it, fit it. Now I have the edges are a little pointy, and the deal is it kind of does grab on here a little bit, and but if you try to put something around the edges, it'll try to pull it off your face, and it doesn't do as well. So I've ran it completely slick, and the colder it gets, you can push this all the way up and just run it like a regular balaclava, or you can kind of run it under the nose. But the hotter it gets outside, the more I'm pulling this down. And if I pull it down to about right here, this gives me like total breathability. And I still have good protection. It's just the further you pull it down, it kind of, the top wants to kind of pull out a little bit, but when you put your goggles on, it kind of wants to push it back in. So this is like summer, and then in the wintertime you just push it up. But anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to show you. I think it's a great way to run a minimal amount of face protection, the minimum amount that you need, but you still get teeth protection and stuff, because we don't want to shoot out a tooth or whatever. So guys, thank you for watching. That's pretty much it. A little bitty piece of metal mesh, just cut and adjust and cut and try it on. And Balaclava was like $8 on eBay, very cheap. Goggles are military issue, just surplus. They were used. Get them on eBay for like $25, maybe less, maybe it was $15. I'm not sure, but comes with brand new lenses. This whole setup is very cheap. This is like $7. This is like $8. This is like maybe $20. Bump helmets, pretty cheap. You can get a bump helmet. This one is just the cheap Chinese ones, and maybe like $25 more if you want the multicam. But that's my face setup for Airsoft, and it works pretty good. The only problem is when you have that balaclava pulled up, you do get a little fogging just because your breath wants to kick back in. But that's that. Ask me if you have any questions, and I hope this helps you out some.